Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 10 of the Detroit Tigers franchise rebuild here on Cardboard Cutouts. And we're going to start off with some bad news as Candelario fractures his wrist. He's going to be out for 1 to 2 months, and that's going to effectively end his season as we put him on the 60-day injured list. And we're going to bring up Isaac Paredes to take his spot on the roster. Then a couple days later, we get a little bit more bad news. Not as serious, but Robbie Grossman's going to be out for a couple weeks with a strained knee ligament. So like I said, he'll be on the 10-day injured list, and we're going to bring up Akil Baddoo to take his spot. Now, this is how the month of August ends. We go 12-13, which has just been the typical month for us. Right around 500, we have a bad stretch there where we lose 5 straight games to Boston and Cleveland collectively. We did sweep the Angels in the middle of the month, but we turned right around and dropped 2 to Toronto. We dropped 2 to St. Louis. So it's just how the year's been going. Right around 500, but we have a couple bad stretches that takes us out of the contention. So that will take us to the month of September and the September call-ups. Now, the first person we call up is just going to be Baddoo because he's already up with the injury to Grossman, so we're going to leave him up. But the next person we call up is Matt Manning. We decide it's time for him to make his major league debut, so we're going to call him up, put him on the roster, and he's going to make his debut here against the Cincinnati Reds in the Great American Ballpark. And as you can see, there he is, getting ready to make his first start. Now, we decide that this is going to be a youth game. Other than Scope and Reyes, who are everyday players, pretty much going with all the young players. Nico Goodrum has been on the roster the whole year, but he's not an everyday. He's a platoon player. So we're going to see what we got with all these young guys like Baddoo and Gonzalez and Haas and Paredes and Deathridge. So we're going to jump in here, top of the first, Reyes up with a 3-1 count, and he sends a ball deep to right field. That one is gone, no doubt about it, and Reyes starts off the game showing these young guys how you play in the majors. Just an absolute shot to right for his 9th of the year to get the Tigers started with a 1-0 lead. And that'll bring up Akil Baddoo batting in the 2-hole today as he sends a line drive to right center, and the center fielder's running and makes a diving attempt, but he can't haul it in. Baddoo will race to second for a double here. That'll bring up Scope batting in his 3 spot today, and he sends a ball to center field. That's just going to get camped underneath for out number 1 as Baddoo does not tag up, and he stays at second. Gonzalez batting in the 4-hole, and he looks at strike number 3 for a quick out number 2. That'll bring up Eric Haas next, and he sends a chopper to third. That's going to be easily fielded, thrown on to first to end the inning. Now, Matt Manning against D. Strange Gordon, his first major league hitter. And he gets him to look at strike number 3. First batter, first major league strikeout for Matt Manning. What a way to start his career. Now, next up is the ever dangerous Joey Votto as he sends a ball up the middle, and that's going to find its way into center. Joey Votto will get himself a hit here. Next up, the former Tiger Eugenio Suarez with a 1-2 count, and he swings through strike number 3. That's 2 quick strikeouts on the day for Matt Manning. Now, Mike Moustakas is up with a 2-2 count, and he sends a ball deep to right center, but that's going to get camped under and caught for out number 3 as a good inning for Matt Manning. So we're going to move on to the top of the second, and Isaac Paredes is in, and how he's someone that we're going to need something out of. We've drafted 2 third basemen in this draft, plus we have Bob Montez, so we really need to see something out of here for him to fight for life in this organization. But he's just going to send an easy fly ball to right for out number 1. Next up, Nico Goodrum, and he's frozen by a fastball for strike number 3 for out number 2. That'll bring up Deathridge here with a 3-1 count, and he may have just missed this one, but it's going to be a short pop-up to center field, and that'll get ran down to end the second. Now, on to the bottom of the second. Kyle Lewis is up to bat, and he sends a ball up the middle into center field to lead off the second with a single. Next up, Jesse Winker on an 0-2 count. Matt Manning puts one in the dirt. Eric Haas can't handle it, and the runner will advance to second on that wild pitch. Still up here with 2-2 count, but he's going to look at strike 3 for out number 1. Next up, another former Tiger, and this time Nicholas Castellanos, and he sends a line drive to second, was fielded on the hop by Schoop, flipped on to first for out number 2, and the runner will advance to third. So Tucker Barnhart is up next, and he just missed that. That was almost a fair ball, almost a tie game. But now he has a 1-2 count, and the pitch, and he swings through strike number 3. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings here from Manning. Now, on to the top of the third, Matt Manning's actually up to bat, but he's just going to send an easy pop-up to first for out number 1. Now, top of the third, Victor Reyes back up to bat, and he sends another ball deep to right field. Does it have enough? No. Caught at the base of the wall for out 2. Now, we're going to jump ahead to the bottom of the third. Joey Votto up to bat. Runner breaking off for second, and Eric Haas guns him down for out number 2. Now, still, Joey Votto still up to bat, and Matt Manning's going to get him to ground out to short to end the inning. Now, we're going to jump ahead to the bottom of the fourth. Eugenio Suarez back up to bat with the 1-2 count, and he swings through strike number 3. And that is Manning's 5th of the day. Now, after a walk and a fly out to center, Jesse Winker's up to bat, and he swings through for strike number 3. Manning's 6th of the day in 4 innings. So that's almost 2 an inning there. Now, bottom of the 5th, man on, pitcher is up, so you know he's going to bunt, but he sends the ball too hard. The runner thought he was going to have to tag or go back to first because it's going to be caught, and we'll get the lead runner. Now, Trace Gordon steps back in, and he swings through for another strikeout for Matt Manning. So on to the 6th, Victor Reyes stands in the bat, and he sends another deep ball to right field. That is going to be his 2nd no doubt home run of the game, his 10th of the year, and the Tigers go up 2-0. So on to the bottom of the 6th, we decided to bring in Jose Urena here, and first up is Joey Votto, and that's going to get hit down to third, thrown on to first for out number 1. Now, Eugenio Suarez is up to bat, and he sends the ball to right, and it seems to be a bit of a shift in the outfield as that's going to get down and bounce off against the wall. Suarez will have himself a double. Mike Moustakas stands in, and he sends a ball through the right side of the infield. Deathridge will come up throwing to home, and the throw's not in time. The Reds get a run back here. Kyle Lewis will stand in now, and he sends a ball deep to right center, but Deathridge with plenty of speed will run it down for out number 2. That'll bring up Jesse Winker, 1-1 count, and he sends a line drive to center, but that will get ran down to end the 6th inning. On to the bottom of the 7th, Jose Urena is still in to pitch against Nicholas Castellanos, and he skies one to center field. Victor Reyes will camp underneath of it for out number 1. Next up, Tucker Barnhart, and he swings through strike number 3 for out 2. Tyler Naquin pinch hitting, and he's going to send a pop-up to the pitcher, and Urena will get out of the 7th inning. Now, Nomar Mazara pinch hitting here, and he swings through strike 3 for out number 1 to start the 8th. That'll bring in Victor Reyes as he also swings through strike 3, and that's 2 quick outs. Akil Baddoo is up next, and he as well swings through strike 3. Now, Soto is on the pitch here in the bottom of the 8th, hoping to send us into the 9th with a 1-run lead, and Gordon greets him with a single to right. Next up, Joey Votto. Strange is off and running, and this time he gets in there with a stolen base. So, Joey Votto still up the bat, and he'll swing through strike 3 for out number 1. And that'll bring up Suarez again, and he sends a line drive to right. Deathridge will throw again home, and this one will also not be in time. The Reds tie the game up. That'll bring up Moustakas here, and he swings through strike number 3. There's been a lot of strikeouts this game so far. So that'll bring up Kyle Lewis here, 2 outs. And he looks at ball number 1 here. And we'll jump ahead here a little bit. He's still 1-0 count. And he sends an absolute missile. Reds go up by 2 here with that home run, his 20th of the year. Now that'll bring up Jesse Winker. Can Soto get out of the inning? Not yet, as Winker sends a ball through the right side for a single. That'll bring in Castellanos as he sends a chopper to third. That'll get fielded by Paredes on to first to finally end the inning. Tigers have some work to do now in the top of the 9th. Scope will lead us off as he sends a ground ball to second, quickly fielded on to first for out number 1. Gonzalez will step in now, 0 for 3 on the day, but with a 3-1 count here, and he sends a fly ball out to right, but that will be camped under for quick out number 2. Haas steps in as our last chance, and he strikes out to end the game. The Reds come back from a 2-run deficit to win 4-2. Now you see here, Kyle Lewis got the player of the game. Soto picked up the loss, allowing 3 earned runs. But Victor Reyes was all or nothing today. He went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, but his other 2 at-bats were an out. As you can see there, Deathridge went 0 for 3, Scope 1 for 4, Baddoo 2 for 4. So we jump ahead for about a week, and we get some awful news. Wilson Ramos is going to be done for the year with a broken arm. What an terrible way to end the season for a guy who was having pretty much a career year. I just feel so bad for him. So that'll bring up Grayson Grenier to take his spot for the rest of the year, which is only a few more weeks. So we get news that our AAA affiliate, the Toledo Mud Hens, will not be making the playoffs as they finish their year 71-71, exactly 500. And also the Seawolves, our AA affiliate, will not be making the playoffs after going 64-56. So we also get news that Willie Castro is able to come back from injury. We decide to put him in single A, let him just rehab for the rest of the year. There's only like a week or 2 left. There's no point in rushing him and bringing him back. Let him just make sure he's fully healed 100% so he can come in next year ready to go. Now, to add a little insult to injury, Miguel Cabrera, with 5 games left of the year, goes down with the ACL sprain, so that's technically a season-ending injury. So, this is how our month of December ended. We went, 12-13 again, something like that. Another hovering around 500. I think it was 12-14 is what it ended up being. But, like I said, another hovering around 500. Our injuries at the end of the year, as you can see, started catching up to us, getting swept by the Rays, almost swept by the Kansas City Royals, and we ended up dropping 2 out of the 3 against the White Sox at the last series of the year in October. So that is going to do it for season 1 here. As you can see, we ended up 74-88. We didn't finish last in the division, which is kind of, it's still a step up. The Twins finished first after winning 99 games. One thing I forgot to record, but I noticed after I was done, is that the Angels and the Astros have to play a game 163 to decide who wins that division and who is playing as a wild card team. But like I said, this is gonna end the season 1. Next episode, we're gonna do a little bit of a recap, look over some players' stats, see who wins the World Series. We'll maybe look through the awards, see who wins what, and then we'll probably start going through some of our off-season plans as well. So keep an eye out for that. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. Let me guys know what you think of this year, and we'll see you guys next time here on Cardboard Cutouts. Have a good one.